Hello everybody, my name is Robert, that's Lola, and this is Review Clue. Now, before we get into today's video, I do just want to ask that if this is the first time you're seeing my or Lola's face on your screen, then please do consider going down below, hitting subscribe, hitting like, commenting and engaging with my content, because what that does is that tells YouTube that you're enjoying this content and more people should see it. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about today's product, which is going to be this. It's a big one. This is the TaoTronic Air Purifier. Again, TaoTronic, if you know me and you know my content, you'll know that I've done a lot of TaoTronic stuff in the past. Be that a Wi-Fi router, we've had some headphones as well, we've had a bit of everything. So the reviews of other TaoTronic products will be above or down below, so you can go ahead and watch those now. But today we're going to be focusing on the air purifier. So without further ado, let's get right into this and find out in a quick fire review style whether this is a worthwhile purchase for you and your household. The box's contents are pretty simple, with just the device itself, a power plug, and that's about it other than some paperwork, so nice and easy unboxing experience. Upon first glance, the device itself has this really simple design that just blends into the background, and my only real complaint here is its size. This thing is massive, so you need to make sure that you've got the space to keep it. Along the top of the device, we have the buttons, a power switch, the strength of the fans of the device, a light button, and sleep mode. This gives you a lot of control over how you use this device, but I just wish there was a way to control it through an app or having some kind of smart home integration here, because I think smart home is really important, and this device would sit nicely in that category as well, to be able to be controlled by She Who Should Not Be Named or by Google as well. Next up, let's talk about how this works, and quite honestly, I don't know. So I went and did some Googling, and here we have a really nice example of just how this works. So how it works does explain that an air purifier usually consists of a filter, or multiple filters. In this case, there's just one in here, and you just unscrew the bottom to get at it. This will need hoovering out or washing every month or so and replacing every 6 months just to keep the device ticking over. As the air moves through those filters, it will get pulled in at the bottom here. The pollutants and the particles are captured, and then the clean air is pushed out through the top. So I bet you're thinking, do I really need one of these? And if you're asking yourself, do you need one of these, then you probably don't, and you aren't really the market for it. These things are great for me in particular. On one side of my house I have a train station, on the other I have a main road. I am slap bang in the middle of a lot of pollution. So this kind of air purifier is really great for that. It makes things a little bit easier in terms of actually just breathing. It will clean the air a little bit in my flat. This will only really work in small rooms. You'd have to have one of these in each room of the flat. So I tend to keep this one in the bedroom, mainly because that's where we'll use it the most, especially while we sleep. So how well does it work? Again, I don't really have a way of trying to explain that. I don't have the technology to prove that this thing works, so you will just have to take my word for it. So we use this thing at night, and at night you kind of don't want too much noise, so if you run this thing on the full fan setting, it can get very loud. So maybe this will also double as a white noise machine, potentially. So if you like that noise in the background, that hum, then this can do that. And it has a night light as well, which is really nice to see. It gives off this blue glow, which I kind of like. It's a nice feature, but I don't really see a point in it. So whenever I'm running this at night, I will just put it into night mode. This will disable the light and run it at its lowest setting. It will still purify the air, but it won't make too much noise or be too distracting. We did find it a little bit easier to breathe, and I know that sounds kind of pretentious and like a load of bollocks, but it really isn't. It really did thin out and clean that air, and it made it a much nicer experience, especially at night. And I found that I was sleeping better with this thing running when I wasn't having it running. So there's some real plus points here, and if you're in the market for one and you feel like you need one, then I think this is an awesome first step. I just really do wish that we had those smart features there. This thing is not particularly cheap. It's about £60. And you only get that one filter. You'd have to buy separate filters every 6 months afterwards as well. I believe TaoTronic actually sell them themselves. If not, you could probably get some third-party ones. But this is a continued investment. And it's an investment in better health and better sleep in my case. For £60, I do kind of wish we got that home integration, that smart home integration as well. So we could control this with an app, we could have it turn off and turn on at certain times, because there's no timers on this right now, which I find a little odd. You can't sort of turn it on for 3 hours and then it turn itself off. Even if it just had a button for that, that would be nice, but it's not here. So this thing is either running or it's not, and you have to keep walking over to it to change its settings. So really, really missed trick there. I'd love to see some smart home very soon. So let's go over and have a chat with Lola and find out what she thinks of this thing as well. And we'll let her give you a carrot rating out of 10. So Lola, what do you think of the air purifier? Yeah? You really think it's that good? You just wish there were some smart home features? I think you're right. So there you go, you heard it here first. This device gets an 8 out of 10 carrot rating, mainly because of that lack of smart home integration. If it had that smart home integration, this thing would be almost perfect if you were looking for an air purifier. And I think that's the case here. If you're in the market and looking for an air purifier, this is great. If you don't feel like you need an air purifier, you probably don't, and this will not suit you. Go spend your money elsewhere. So anyway guys, my name's been Robert, that's been Lola, and this has been a quick fire review and first look at the TaoTronic 360 air purifier. Of course, if you are interested in this product, there'll be a link down in the description below where you can go and buy this thing. And if you are interested as well, get some comments down below, tell me what you want to see next. And I will catch you in the next one. Adios.